What is going on, guys? Danny Gets Fit here, and today I'm going over a bit of a different video. So no intro. There actually isn't going to be any ads on this video either at all. I'm just wanting to get this message out there and just talk about something that I think is really serious and really needs to be talked about more. So that is just in general the risks of being obese and being overweight. First off, I obviously want to give my respects and condolences to the family of Ralphie May, but that's what this video is about, is that he recently passed away due to cardiac arrest, which was induced by pneumonia. So Ralphie May was someone I actually used to, I remember when he was like up and coming in the Last Comic Standing, the first season. I remember watching him and thinking like, this guy's hilarious. You know, at the time I was chubby, so if you don't know a bit about me and you're just coming to the channel for the first time, I used to be 312 pounds. And that was me right there. So I know, I knew what it was like to be overweight, and I remember watching his content and hearing him joke about being overweight and obese. And I thought, it was funny, and the comic industry is definitely gonna miss him. What I wanna focus on this video is just talking about the general health risks of obviously being overweight and obese. And I'm no way in blaming, Ralphie for this happening. There's so many reasons why we get to a point where we're overweight or obese that I think just being there myself has much more to do with your surroundings, what's going on in life, rather than simply just eating a crap ton of food and being lazy. He was a comic, he worked a lot. Obviously he was probably, on the go pretty avidly, but there's some things in life that we just can't control, and it makes us make decisions, and then we end up where we are. Looking into a bit about Ralphie, he did battle with some substance abuse and this and that. So I grew up with a substance abuse surrounding, not me personally, but my family, my parents. So I know what those situations can do to people, and I know what it can lead them to. So that aside, I think, talking about obesity and overweight and being overweight as a health point these days is like a touchy subject, in which, if you talk about being obese or overweight as bad or fat as bad, you're viewed as, a fat shamer, or, you're essentially labeling all these people or generalizing all these people into one group of being lazy and eating bad food. And I just want to say that is not what this video is about. This is not a video to say if you're fat you need to make a change. This isn't to shame anyone. This is simply just to bring the facts to the table about living in a body that is overweight and obese. Your risk factors for many diseases go up just by being a certain number of BMI. A BMI is essentially your body mass index, and it's not something I use personally for like weight loss tracking like some people do, but as far as like scientific studies, they use it pretty often to judge health markers in individuals. So they'll have essentially like a low BMI group, a medium BMI group, say overweight, and then a high BMI group, say obese. There was a study done that took these three groups and compared the risk that they had of being admitted to the hospital for pneumonia. And so for those that don't know, Ralphie May went into cardiac arrest due to pneumonia that he was battling at the time. So the pneumonia for a normal person to be like admitted into the hospital for, to fight through it, is about 1.5%. With the middle group of BMI, this went up to 2%, and with the higher BMI, so the more overweight that person was, it was actually near 3%. Based on this, there's obviously probably more studies that need to be done to find more concrete evidence. Females actually was a much lower number, but in males specifically, it was high enough that you're almost doubling your chance of this disease. And then that, like pneumonia combined with being overweight in general, and that having a toll on the body, led to ultimately the unfortunate event. And this, it honestly just makes me upset. Like, I wanna really be careful with my words, because I know a lot of people may see this video and think that, there's just more to this and blah, blah, blah. But like, the fact of the matter is like, I was there, I know what it's like. And I know now in my life that I'm like much better off and much more looking forward to like living the rest of my life, not having that thought back in my head is, if something happens, am I going to be able to fight through it? Am I going to be able to survive through it? Like he left 2 kids behind, and the only thing that I can think about is that one day when I have kids, and if I had lived in that lifestyle like I was living before, the chances of me not being there for them to grow up. So the bottom line after all the info, guys, is I essentially just want to put, the thought into your mind that if you're thinking about making a change, or you're not sure about, I heard this guy who was in the best shape of his life at 20 died of a heart attack the other day. And yes, there's cases like that in the world, but when we look at facts and we look at percentages of people that are overweight, obese versus people that have a lower BMI, have a lower body fat, it's simply the way it is. By simply being healthier and even, you know, because most people lose weight by being more active, by simply getting more active, you lower the risks of hundreds of diseases that can take your life early. Ralphie May was 45, and I just, you know, one, I would have loved to see more shows and more specials coming from him in the future, and I would just love to see him live the rest of his life fulfillingly. It's crazy to me, honestly. So hopefully you guys understood the message of this video. If you're thinking at all about how to, you know, change, how to make a difference, how to make the first step into bettering your life, not just with like overall weight loss, but overall health, I'll leave below essentially how you can quickly calculate your calories or macros, and maybe like a basic plan that you can follow for absolutely free. Like, I just want people to take this video and hopefully go somewhere with it. So I'll leave those links below so you can start if you want to today, and I highly recommend just keeping at it, staying as motivated as you can, and if motivation is not there, just push through the hard times, and you will thank yourself so much later on in life. Once again, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Ralphie May. Even though saying that really doesn't do much, I think it's just important that, you know, this video was meant to just bring awareness to this event, not to dismay from the unfortunate event that did occur. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'd love to hear your comments down below what you think on this subject, and we'll see you next time.